Imagine living in a place where opportunities are scarce, crime is high, and every day feels like a struggle just to get by. These are the realities for millions of Americans trapped in states that seem to be falling apart. As people flee in search of a better life, these states are left with declining populations, broken economies, and a growing sense of hopelessness. But what makes these places so unbearable? Today, we're diving into the top 10 most hated states in the U.S., places that have pushed residents to their breaking point and turned the American dream into a nightmare. If you're planning to move or just curious about the states you might want to avoid, stick around, because these are the places where no one wants to live. 10. Alabama. Alabama is often stereotyped as one of the least progressive states in the nation, and it's a reputation that unfortunately sticks for many reasons. Alabama ranks poorly in healthcare, education, and economic opportunity. The state's infrastructure is outdated, and job growth is slow, leading to a lack of good employment prospects. Socially, the state still grapples with issues related to race relations and conservative laws that can be unappealing to more liberal residents. Many locals complain about the limited entertainment options, poor public schools, and the sweltering heat. The state's poverty rate is one of the highest in the nation, leading to widespread dissatisfaction. 9. West Virginia. Once a booming hub of coal mining and industry, West Virginia has been in steady decline for decades, leaving many residents disillusioned and desperate to leave. The collapse of the coal industry has left entire communities without work, leading to widespread poverty and a shrinking population. The opioid crisis has hit West Virginia hard, with some of the highest overdose rates in the nation. The state also ranks at the bottom for healthcare and education, adding to the reasons people regret living here. Life in West Virginia can feel isolating, with many small towns abandoned and infrastructure crumbling. With few opportunities for career advancement and a bleak economic outlook, it's no surprise that many want out. 8. Louisiana. Louisiana might have a rich culture and vibrant festivals, but living here comes with some significant drawbacks that leave residents frustrated and ready to move on. The state has some of the worst crime rates in the country, particularly in cities like New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Poverty is rampant, and public education ranks among the lowest in the U.S. Additionally, the constant threat of hurricanes and flooding makes life in Louisiana unstable and often dangerous. High crime, poor infrastructure, and an underfunded healthcare system make everyday life challenging. 7. Arkansas. Arkansas is known for its beautiful natural scenery, but beyond the forests and rivers lies a state with some serious challenges that have made it increasingly unpopular. Low wages, poor public schools, and a lack of healthcare access are just a few of the reasons people are unhappy here. Arkansas also struggles with a high poverty rate and limited job opportunities, especially in rural areas. The state's infrastructure is underfunded, and public services often lag behind the rest of the country. Many complain about the lack of cultural amenities, poor roads, and a sense of isolation. The state's rural nature leaves many communities cut off from modern conveniences, and opportunities for growth are few and far between. 6. Missouri. Missouri is a state with deep divisions, both economically and culturally, leading to a growing sense of dissatisfaction among its residents. Missouri's urban areas like St. Louis and Kansas City have high crime rates, while rural areas struggle with poverty and limited resources. The state ranks low in healthcare, education, and economic opportunity, leading to widespread dissatisfaction. Socially, Missouri is deeply divided, with cultural and political tensions running high. The state's combination of poor public services, lack of job growth, and a struggling economy has led many to seek better prospects in neighboring states. The state's weather, with harsh winters and hot, humid summers, is another common complaint. Whether it's urban blight or rural decline, Missouri's challenges are pushing many residents to pack up and leave for good. 5. New Mexico. New Mexico's stunning landscapes and unique culture attract tourists, but living here is a different story, with challenges that often outweigh the state's natural beauty. New Mexico has one of the highest poverty rates in the nation, along with struggling public schools and limited job opportunities. Crime rates, particularly in cities like Albuquerque, are high, and the state's infrastructure is severely lacking. rural areas face even more challenges, with little access to healthcare and economic development. The lack of good jobs, poor education, and high crime leave many feeling trapped. Despite its artistic communities and scenic vistas, New Mexico's socioeconomic problems make it a difficult place to thrive. 4. Alaska. Alaska's rugged wilderness appeals to adventurers, but living here presents some serious challenges that leave many residents feeling isolated and ready to leave. The extreme weather, long winters, and isolation make daily life tough. The cost of living is high due to the remote location, with goods and services costing significantly more than in the lower 48 states. Job opportunities outside of resource extraction are limited, and access to healthcare is often poor. The darkness of winter can lead to seasonal depression, and the isolation leaves many feeling cut off from the rest of the world. While Alaska's natural beauty is unparalleled, the harsh living conditions are a deal-breaker for many. 3. Michigan. Michigan has seen its share of economic decline, and the legacy of industrial collapse has left deep scars, making it one of the most disliked states in the U.S. The decline of manufacturing hit Michigan hard, leaving cities like Detroit and Flint struggling with poverty, crime, and decaying infrastructure. The state's winters are brutal, with long periods of snow and freezing temperatures. Job growth has been slow, and public services are underfunded, leading to widespread dissatisfaction. The combination of economic decline, high crime, and harsh weather makes life tough in Michigan. Many residents feel there's little hope for improvement, leading them to look for better opportunities elsewhere. Michigan's history of economic struggles continues to push people out, leaving behind empty streets and a state searching for revival. 2. Ohio. Ohio's mix of struggling cities, declining industries, and rural poverty has made it a state many people are eager to leave. Ohio suffers from many of the same issues as other Rust Belt states, including a shrinking job market, high crime in urban areas, and poor public services. The state ranks low in education and healthcare, and the cost of living, while affordable, comes with significant trade-offs in quality of life. Residents complain about the lack of economic opportunity, harsh winters, and the slow decline of once thriving communities. The sense of stagnation is palpable, leading many to seek better prospects elsewhere. Despite its central location, Ohio's economic and social struggles make it a place many are eager to leave behind. 1. Mississippi. The state consistently ranks at the bottom for nearly every quality of life measure, making it a place many are desperate to leave. Mississippi has the highest poverty rate, the worst healthcare access, and some of the lowest performing schools in the country. The state's infrastructure is crumbling, and economic opportunities are few and far between. Socially, Mississippi's deep-rooted issues with racial inequality and conservative politics make it unappealing to many. Life in Mississippi can feel like a struggle, with poor public services, limited job prospects, and widespread poverty. Not every state is a land of opportunity. For those living in these 10 states, the challenges outweigh the benefits, leading many to pack up and move on. Do you agree with this list? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on the best and worst places to live in America.